got my seat. I'm gonna sit, get comfortable. Okay, okay. Hi, my name is Fernando, and welcome to my video. Now, a bit about me. So I've been in the sales industry now for around 10 years. Okay, I'm short 5. Okay, so 10 years. Right? So I've been in the sales industry for 10 years now, and I primarily focus on the business-to-business element of sales. And today I'll be sharing with you some tips and tricks on how I approach sales. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 3 things to avoid when making a cold call. But before that, why make a cold call? Simple. It's cheap. It is one of the cheapest options when you want to reach out to your prospects. Of course, there is such thing as digital marketing. Yes, digital marketing can get you one of the better exposures, but at the same time, it can be very costly. So if budget is of a concern, picking up the phone is still way cheaper. And without further ado, let me share with you tip number 1. Never ever call without a plan. Never ever call without a plan. I see way too many people doing this. Just like everything else, strategize and rehearse your lines before you pick up the phone. The rejection rate of a cold call is very high. And if you don't plan or rehearse, it'll just keep going up and you'll get more demotivated and eventually you won't make any calls. And that doesn't help with your business. So instead, plan, try and cover these 3 things. Number 1, make sure you introduce yourself clearly over the phone. Number 2, make sure you state the reason clearly as to why you are calling. And number 3, make the product you're trying to sell or the things you are trying to sell clear. And you probably only have 30 seconds to get all these 3 messages across. Which actually brings me to point 2. Do not combine the reason for the call and what you're trying to sell. Keep it separate. You don't want to be in a scenario whereby you're calling the individual and saying, "Hi, my name is Fernando. I'm calling from ABC company," and jumping straight to the sales pitch. That is a surefire way to get them uninterested in speaking to you. Remember, the reason for the call is what's going to keep them on the phone. A good tip I like to use is I'll normally send an email out before the call as an introduction mail. So then my conversation will be like, "Hi, my name is Fernando. I'm calling from ABC company and I just want to check if you've checked out my email I've sent to you 2 to 3 days ago." And that is what's going to grab their attention. Why does this work? Simple. For example, me. I've been guilty many times of missing a few emails. And if someone actually calls me to follow up on an email, I would know it is urgent, and that is what's gonna keep me interested in the call. So, remember, the reason for the call must be very clear, and the reason shouldn't be what you are trying to sell. And the last thing you want to avoid, and I see a lot of people trying to do this, is trying to make a sale over the phone. Now, if you're anything like me and I hear a person trying to make a sales pitch over the phone, it is a major turn-off. And I'll give you 1,000,001 reasons as to why I cannot attend the call right now. After all, I'm a busy person and a lot of people are busy, right? So, instead, try and changing your goals to be more focused around getting a meeting. How are you going to pitch a B2B product over the phone? There's so many things to cover, but you could cover it during a meeting, whether it's a virtual meeting or a face-to-face meeting, you could cover it during that session. So change your goals. When you're making a call, your goal should be to get a meeting, and then you can focus on closing when you are actually meeting the person, whether it's virtual or face-to-face, but the meeting agenda is clear. Whew. Time to dial down the energy as I'm at the end of my video. Hopefully what I shared with you could have been some use to you. And if you happen to be watching this video through YouTube, do like and subscribe to my video. And if you have any questions, do comment on the comment bar below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. And I hope to see you all in the next video series. Until then, good luck selling.